Thank you for joining us as we're into heat number 7 of this first round with Cam Richards out there in the red jersey, Tomas King from Costa Rica in the blue jersey, Jordy Collins and Makana Eleogram rounding off this 4-man heat. A youngster from the Valley Isle of Maui represented Hawaii in the 2016 World Junior Championships. Live action here with Tomas King, unfortunately not able to handle that big board, curls the nose and goes down. His had a great performance at Haleiwa. Right now we'll turn our attention to Jordy Collins, however. Goofy foot out of the US. Collins, a couple nice carves on the backhand. And he's going to put together the most meaningful score so far in this heat with that wave. Right behind him. Oh, try a little indecision there from a younger brother of Ola Eleogram. That's Makana Eleogram.
Take a look at the replay here. 5.17. You see stability off the bottom by grabbing his rail. You can get away a little bit smaller board if you can hold it together. It allows you to have those tighter arcs off the top. And of course, that final section.
Story of 2 tours, but the 2 tours do mesh together. As we see Cam Richards straight through the lip there. Good job. Grabs a bottom turn and hooks off the top on the backhand again. So that's more like it from Cam Richards. Right behind him, Tomas King looking for some open face, and he may not find it on this wave. Just a long way in the whitewater, and that's going to just eat up the clock for Tomas. And Jordy Collins, little skip off the bottom, and just kind of gets bucked off there on the bottom turn.
Feels like he's riding a little bit smaller board. You know? And also you might get into these situations where you feel the bump of these waves. Very strong waves. You see he's trying to hold the bottom turn there and gets a little squirrely, puts him off balance and goes down.
We can really see what happens wrong here in the slow motion, Pete.
And again, it's just a matter of leaning too hard on that edge and the board biting in and putting him off balance. At that point, he bails out of it. No harm, no foul, though. I mean, it's just a matter of now not getting caught inside or breaking your board.
Wave selection is important, too. Check this out.
Well, of course, this is a wave. You want to pick a wave that's going to give you scoring potential. Whereas an example, that being not a lot of scoring potential for that wave, no open face, was chasing it from behind, no maneuvers. Attacking the lip here for Cam Richards. Cam putting on one of the highlights of the first day of competition at the Hawaiian Pro, trying to do the same here at Sunset Beach. Last day of the waiting period, getting right to that point, so we'll see.
Live action with Cam Richards hooking off the top. Beautiful top turn for Richards. That was a well put together bottom turn, top turn combination, and picked off one of the smoother faces that we've seen. So love to see the replay of that when we get a chance, and we'll be awaiting that score for
kid at Haleiwa when he went to that left and just did the huge punt. And here again, look at attacking that lip. It is not easy to do these 2 snaps like this. Actually, the 1 snap, but again, not holding back. He is driving off the bottom, going with as much speed as he possibly can into that steep section. Again, nice smooth face, so great wave choice for him. Just unfortunate he doesn't get that second maneuver in. But again, look at all the speed he carries into that section. The steepest part of the wall, he attacks it, does the maneuver. That's the critical section. That's where you have to do your maneuvers in order to score the big points.
Well, Cam got a 5.67 for this wave that we're seeing in slow motion.
Just 1 maneuver.
It took the lead. Here's a replay of Jordy Collins.
So Jordy Collins here getting a lot of waves in this heat, but he's picking the first wave, so he's got to deal with all that little rib and bump on the face. You saw the complete difference in the wave that Cam Richards had. That was like the 3rd wave of the set, and it really grooms the lineup. Again here, same kind of thing for Makana. Those first waves of the set, the wind affects the lineup when there's no waves, and all of a sudden you catch a first wave of the set, you're going to ride through all that bump. You have to capitalize. Sometimes you just have to steer through that stuff.
Makana Eleogram having to bail off there. Another thing with this wave, Pete, it is so much harder to put it together out there than what you see at the beach or on your screen.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, have that ability as much. So you're going to have to steer through it. It's like going through the moguls.
Riding through there and just going down. That was Makana Eleogram.
He was a cup pair of 6s. Billy Kemper with a pair of 6s. So again, 6s have been enough to get you through heats and even give you heat wins.
taking off a corner here. Makana, Eleogram is able to hang through that first turn and survive some whitewater on his heels. Doing a good job to complete that ride. Let's see, Makana needing a 3.85 to overtake Jordy Collins and move.
Had priority, and he paddled for a wave and lost priority, giving Makana the opportunity here. And this wave, he's choosing these waves that look like they have a big long wall on it, but what unfortunately that's doing for him is putting him behind it. He's not able to get that nice open face. It's a balance of trying to pick a wave. You can see, here you go. This is that paddle by Tomas King. Opportunity here, paddles for this one. Doesn't get it, and of course that priority, he has it there. He's given himself the opportunity. Boom, there you go. Makana says thank you very much. That wave shut down on him. It would have been pretty tough for Tomas to make it all the way through.
Scratching into this one, Jordy Collins. And just has to straighten out.
Big set right here. You can see all the surfers scrambling to that deep water and maybe getting an opportunity here.
Rolling on the belly, prones in, gets to his feet. Cam Richards, nice swoop off the top there, grabbing his outside rail. Another turn, so Cam actually, you know, started off kind of proning into that thing, but worked it out pretty well.
Hey.
Let's see, he needs to improve upon a 4.17.
That is not easy to do.
Right.
With, you know,
with Peter Mel on your back.
Oh, there you go. I was trying to figure out, thanks. Yeah, no, but I mean, it's standing up in that position and holding it, because you want to stand up before you get all the way to the bottom, you know, so you can get your bottom turn in. Of course, if you let it go too long, it gets harder and harder with all that speed to be able to lift yourself to your feet. So good job there from Cam, and that's where that training comes into play.
The man in the hot seat, Makana, Eleogram, and Tomas King right behind him. Makana right here, having another swing at it. 3.85 is what the young man from Maui needs to secure on this wave. Tomas right behind him. Looking for a barrel, perhaps. He's gonna have to settle for turns now, but that wave went all the way to the channel before he got to the lip.
Let's take a look here again. So it's on this inside section. You can see, beautiful turn, but just the one maneuver. So I don't know. I mean, he's got the carve here, but at that point, it's into deep water. Wouldn't necessarily feel like that's going to be a high-scoring maneuver for him. And there it is. Not enough.
With his performance out here, he surfed through some difficult waves. We're going to see Richards and Collins in the next round. We'll be back with more